Now that we have the very basic chip shot, let's see how creative we can be around the greens, okay? Now you're going to notice that depending on where you're sitting, you may want to use one particular club, like a sand wedge or a pitching wedge. I know a lot of you are used to using one club, and that's fine. And then some of you would like to use different clubs. I know some of you like to use a 7-iron or an 8-iron to do your chip shots. So let's look at what is the highest percentage shot to hit when we're chipping. You look at the landing area, which is the area from the beginning of the green to the flagstick, okay? You separate this landing area into 3 sections. You land the ball in the first section, the first third, and then you roll the other 2/3 to the hole. This will give you the highest percentage result, okay? And this is how you want to go about your practicing. So when you're working around the greens, I like to use 2 clubs around the greens. I'll use my pitching wedge and my lob wedge, okay, depending on how far I need to carry it. But some of you would like to use like a 7-iron for a shot like this. I've got plenty of green to work with. I'm going to land the ball right at the beginning of the green and let it roll to the hole. It's going to be like a very long putt. I can hold the club like I'm holding a putter, or I can hold the club like I'm holding my regular shots. As long as you got plenty of green to work with, you'll see. All right? Now, take my grip, my posture, weight on the front foot, hands forward, so I got all the necessary ingredients of my setup. Nudge it back, let it fall. Now, I'm going to hold my finish. So the secret to really understanding if you've got the right amount of momentum is to hold your finish. So I'm nudging it back, let it fall, hold my finish, then I'm going to look at the area where I want to land the ball. Let's say I want to land the ball right there. That may have been a little too much. Less momentum, I like it. So this will feel like a nice long putt. Go to the ball. What did that feel like again? Oh yeah, it felt like that nice long putt. So notice I'm holding my finish. Oh, get in the hole. Oh, nice try. Just trickled by the hole. You could see at the end of my stroke, I held my finish. It gave me a very, very nice result. And you notice the ball didn't go very high off the ground. Now, if I were to use, let's say, a 9-iron for this particular shot, the 9-iron has a little bit more loft, and you'll notice it's going to roll a little bit less with the same amount of power. So if I use the same amount of momentum, it landed a little further on the green, rolled a little less, and now I'm standing a little closer to the hole. Now, if you're wondering, how do I choose the club I need to choose when I'm around the greens? There's a very easy system to go with that. Where we were before, we had about 10 to 20% of a shot to go in the air and about 80% of the shot to roll along the ground. That's where you're going to use a 7, 8, or 9-iron. And as we get further away from the green, now I'm getting into a zone here where it's going to be at least 40% in the air and 60% roll. So I'm going to use more like a pitching wedge for this particular shot right here, and some of you use a sand wedge. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my pitching wedge. Again, I'm going to take my practice swing and hold my finish. And I'm going to look, hey, was that the right amount of momentum to land the ball where I want to land it? That was pretty good. So if I'm happy with that, go to the ball, look at my landing spot one more time, feel that momentum one more time, and let it happen. So notice the ball lands on the front of the green, comes around. Oh, that is so nice. So we have a 3-foot putt to clean up and make a nice par. Now, if we go with the sand wedge, you'll notice I'll have to land the ball a little further up on the green. So I'll need a little more momentum. Good. Look at the spot where I want to land it, just a little further up. A little further. Ball lands soft. Coming back toward the hole. Get in. Oh! So very similar result, but you notice how I had to bring it further onto the green because it was going to roll a lot less. So there's the classic example of what and how to use the clubs around the green. I hope you enjoyed that.